will be bringing you, as Janet said, live coverage of this evening's graduation ceremony. It's our second graduation ceremony for today, and also today's proceedings are the second in a number of graduation ceremonies across the University of the West Indies community for the year 2024. Just last week, Saturday, we had the graduation ceremony of the Five Islands campus, where they had over 100 students receiving their scrolls from that campus. So we thank you for tuning in, and whether you're joining us via UWITV Global, Flow Evo, or Facebook, and we also like to tell you that you can now access UWITV on Flow's Blue app. You can simply download the app for free from the Apple Store or Google Play Store to enjoy instant access to watch the upcoming graduation ceremonies from all our campuses this year.
We're very excited about offering to our graduates and their family another platform and an option to view graduation ceremony and all of the other exciting programs from the University of the West Indies, UWITV. As you can see on screen now, we have what we call the academic procession, and that is being led on screen now by the Guild in the red gowns, followed by our academic colleagues. This will be followed by the Chancellor's procession.
And also, one of the highlights of this evening's ceremony will be the conferral of honorary doctorates on two outstanding citizens who have done excellent work throughout the Caribbean. We have Dame Susan Duggan-Dillis. She is the Governor General of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Actually, Her Excellency Dame Susan has been serving as Governor General since 2019, and prior to that, she was a career educator and public officer. She served as a science teacher for 22 years in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and was later appointed Deputy Headmistress of the St. Vincent Girls High School and later Headmistress. And following that, she was appointed the Chief Education Officer. And our second honorary graduate this evening is hotelier Ralph Taylor. And Taylor introduced the all-inclusive concept to Barbados with the acquisition of the DV Resort in 1991, and later rebranded it the Almond Beach Club and Spa. And he has also led the expansion of the resort from 1 to 5 hotels in Barbados and St. Lucia. And today he's chairman and CEO of Arcadia Hotels and Resorts, a new hotel brand that owns and manages the Soco Hotel in Barbados.
We celebrate with Dame Duggan-Dillis and Mr. Ralph Taylor, two outstanding citizens in our community. So viewers, as you could see on your screen right now, our academic colleagues, and you will notice a slight change, or a bit of a bigger change now. They're donning some new regalia, and Marie-Claire will give you an idea. So after 75 years, the University of the West Indies is pleased to have revisited its academic gown, which we refer to as a regalia, and it has been redefined, redesigned to be more suited for our Caribbeanness.
And the university says that this redesign is resonating with the spirit of contemporary Caribbean society, and it now features the designs as a tribute to the region's colors, its textures, and culture, with the input of creative staff members, and those are Dr. Rajiv Venugopal and Dara Jordan Brown, who conceptualized and sketched the new academic regalia. So we're now seeing the students and the academic procession that has concluded, and the students are now awaiting the start of the ceremony for this evening.
We await the Chancellor's procession. The Chancellor's procession will be led by the Chief Marshal and then other senior members of the University Executive Body, including the Vice Chancellor, the University Bursar, the Campus Bursar, the Campus Registrar, the Pro-Vice Chancellor for Undergraduate Studies, Pro-Vice Chancellor for Graduate Studies. So we await that procession.
And this evening we will have graduates from the Faculty of Social Sciences. This is the largest faculty at the UWI Cave Hill campus. And we will have students from a number of disciplines who have successfully completed their course of study here at Cave Hill.
We will see the conferment of undergraduate degrees and postgraduate and doctoral degrees, and we celebrate with the proud families throughout the region. The Cave Hill campus is one of the most diverse campuses of the university family, or what we call the university ecosystem. And so we know that throughout the region, throughout the Caribbean, and even globally, many persons are tuning in to celebrate, may it be virtually, but celebrating their loved ones as they cross the stage. It's the culmination of 3 or up to 5 years of degree, depending on what degree you've studied. So we say it's not just one individual, but it's several persons who have supported you on this journey. So we thank you for joining.
And as we heard from one of the graduates this evening, Senator Crystal Drakes, who addressed the Evening of Scholarly Excellence last Thursday evening, she described her journey to achieving her PhD as she referenced the novelist Charles Dickens. It was the best of times and it was the worst of times. Janet, I'm sure you can identify with what she said, because it is a university journey. It is really the best of times and it is the worst of times.
But it is definitely worth it. For anyone who is standing on the line trying to decide whether or not, we encourage you, join the University of the West Indies. You have an option of 5 campuses to choose from. And there are hundreds of degrees that you can pursue, as I said, from undergraduate. We now stay tuned for the Barbados National Anthem.
And the sounds there from the Barbados Police Service Band this evening at the Cave Hill campus as we await the official start of the graduation ceremony.
We await the Chancellor's procession. The Cave Hill campus is pleased to have joined with the Barbados Police Band to host this evening's ceremony, as they have been entertaining us as we set up and as throughout the various ceremonies, and we're pleased to be with the police band. They're excellent. The music has been great.
And we now see the academic procession. We have Dr. Donnelly Carrington.
Donnelly Carrington is the Chief Marshal. Behind Donnelly Carrington, Dr. Carrington, is Romel Carter. Mr. Carter is the campus registrar. Alongside Mr. Carter, to the left of your screen, is Professor Canute Thompson. He's Pro-Vice Chancellor for Undergraduate Studies, one of our newest Pro-Vice Chancellor. Directly within view is Dr. Maurice Smith. He's the University Registrar. And through the screen and through the line procession, we can see Professor Rosemary Bell Antoine. She is the principal of the St. Augustine campus. In view now, we can see Kenneth Connell. Dr. Connell is our campus orator, and directly behind him is Mr. Ralph Taylor and
Dame Susan Duggan-Dillis, and those are our two honorary graduates this evening. And behind Dame Susan, we have the Vice Chancellor, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles.
We have within view now former Senator Maxine McLean. And you see the mace bearer, who is the Guild President, followed closely by our new Chancellor, Dr. Dodrid Miller. We await the start of the official ceremony.
And we also see Principal of the UWI Cave Hill campus, Professor Clive Landis. And Dr. Miller is now beginning to address the ceremony.
Members of Cabinet, Vice Chancellor Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, Campus Chairman Ms. Tricia Tanis, Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of Cave Hill Professor Clive Landis, Honorary Graduates, Her Excellency Dame Susan Dillis Duggan, Governor General of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Mr. Ralph W. Taylor. Other members of the Platform Party, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the Judiciary, members of the House of Assembly, President of the UWI Alumni Association, Ms. Maxine McLean, members of the Alumni Graduating Class of 2024, specially invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Today, class of 2024, you stand here with fellow graduates, families and friends to celebrate a significant milestone in your lives. Completing your course of study is not only a testament to your academic achievement, but also a reflection of your commitment and resilience. Many of you began this journey in the midst of a global health crisis, and your presence here today speaks volumes about your strength of character and ability to overcome significant challenges. As you embark on this new and exciting chapter, you will encounter numerous opportunities and undoubtedly some challenges. Embrace the opportunities and use the skills and knowledge you've gained here to navigate the complexities of this world. Dream big and think with an open mind. Throughout your academic journey, you have been exposed to information that allows you to see the world through a broader lens. The examples and illustrations you have encountered during your study are not just theoretical props designed for the purpose of obtaining a degree. Rather, they reflect a real interconnected world, the afterglow of the consciousness of millions of people going about their daily lives. Your local environment is part of this larger global space, where events and decisions made thousands of miles away can have a significant impact locally. Be assured that the knowledge you have gained at the University of the West Indies has prepared you to meet these events with confidence, whether they originate locally or are influenced by global circumstances. Approach each issue from a broad perspective, even as you plan and act locally. I was recently asked why the University of the West Indies is pursuing a global strategy when there are enough local problems to address. This question isn't new. In a different setting, while discussing the merits of global thinking with local executives, a similar question arose. Why not focus on our local issues since we are not competing globally? To answer the question, I borrowed from a distinguished US university professor who shared a perspective with his class on the necessity of global thinking. The example he chose was taken from a normal everyday activity, and he demonstrated how globally we are even as we act locally. He suggested, consider that in this interdependent global economy, a person might drive to work in a car designed in Germany, assembled in Mexico, from components made in the US and Japan, fabricated from Korean steel and Malaysian rubber. He may fill the car with gasoline at a BP service station owned by a British multinational company. The gasoline could have been pumped from a well off the coast of Africa by a French oil company, transported to the US in a ship owned by a Greek shipping line. While driving, the person might talk to his stockbroker on a Nokia cell phone designed in Finland, assembled in Texas, using a chipset produced in Taiwan, designed by Indian engineers working for a firm in California. He could instruct his stockbroker to purchase shares in Deutsche Telekom, a German telecommunications company transformed into a global entity by an Israeli CEO. He may turn on his car radio, which was made in Malaysia by a Japanese firm, to hear a popular song composed by a Swede and sung by a group of Danes in English, who signed a record contract with a French music company to promote their record in the US. The driver might pull into a drive-through coffee stall run by a Korean and order a latte and a chocolate-covered biscotti. The coffee beans come from Brazil, the chocolate from Peru, while the biscotti was made with an Italian recipe. This, the professor contended, was the essence of a globally connected world. This was the world in 2004, and while much has changed in 2 decades, it remains the world we live in today. Nokia is no longer the mobile phone of choice. Chrysler has been spun off from Daimler, which has since rebranded to Mercedes, and our taste in music may have evolved. However, the need to view the world as a large, interconnected global space is as relevant today as it was then. This example was an American going to work, but with minor adjustments, the example could easily be applied to Barbados. The often used statement, think global, act local, is good advice. The UWI, even with its limited resources, cannot afford to view the world only as a local or regional construct. To do so will fail its graduates and fail the region. We must continue to engage the world and participate in important research and conversations on matters of global consequence. By doing so, we will continue to produce graduates with the academic competence and critical and strategic thinking to operate in any environment of their choosing. You, the members of the graduating class of 2024, are the beneficiaries of this global thinking. This paradigm was exemplified here at Cave campus with the recent groundbreaking launch of the world's first vehicle powered by renewable natural gas derived from sargassum seaweed. This remarkable achievement demonstrates that addressing local challenges can indeed have a profound global impact. Congratulations to the scientists, the Cave campus, and their partners for spearheading this innovative project. The world is forever evolving, and on the point of evolution, I note that coincided with this year's graduation ceremony and the theme, Celebrating Caribbean Legacy, a Kaleidoscope of Resilience, new and modern academic regalia has been introduced for the principal and the campus officers to wear at formal ceremonies. The academic regalia at the UWI was first introduced in the 1960s. The most recent design was decades old, and after consulting with our university community, these redesigned gowns you see today better represents our Caribbean identity and symbolize yet another break from colonial times. I hope this initiative inspires you and reinforces that you're part of a vibrant heritage that refuses to accept the status quo. Embrace this moment, stand tall in your achievements, and let your resilience and success light the path for future generations. Your journey of growth and learning doesn't end today. It merely evolves into new chapters. As your alma mater, we're committed to supporting you through every phase of this continuous evolution. Carry forward the spirit of resilience and innovation, and know that we look forward to witnessing and contributing to your future success. Finally, stay curious and continue to seek knowledge and personal growth. But above all, use your talents and abilities to make a difference. Go forth and make us all proud. Congratulations on your significant achievement, and may the light continue to shine from the west. Well done, class of 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, we are met today in order that we may mark by a formal ceremony the entry of certain of our members into the company of graduates and the academic advancements of others. As a university, we are an academic society of undergraduates, bachelors, masters, and doctors, and we follow the academic tradition in the pursuit of knowledge and the encouragement of learning, purposes which are laid down in the preamble to the Royal Charter by which we have been granted the powers needful for the prosecution of our affairs. In pursuing these aims, our members advance from time to time to a higher standing in the academic community, and it is proper that as a body we should celebrate their achievements. It is marked by the granting of a degree or diploma or certificate, and we rejoice with them on their advancement.
Sir, I now ask the public orator, Dr. Kenneth Connell, to read the citation for Dame Susan Dugan, whom the Senate and the Council of the University have been pleased to recommend for the award of the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
Chancellor, make no mistake, and this is a scientific fact. The village of Colliery St. Vincent and the Grenadines is joyously celebrating the stellar achievement of a former daughter of the soil. This science teacher, headmistress, education leader, and public servant, Dame Susan Dillis Dugan, has a world-class teaching legacy, but will always be well-rooted in the Caribbean. This honorary graduate has spent her professional life in an academy and is therefore rightly recognized by the leading academy in this region, the University of the West Indies. As a child, she had two teachers, Walden and Dorothy Ryan, with her father being promoted eventually to inspector of schools. She is the older sister to two brothers, a role that she takes quite seriously, and to this day, she is still offering unsolicited advice. She remains very close with both her siblings. As a young girl, Dame Susan followed her father's career appointments at several schools around the Vincentian landscape and received her primary school education at a series of institutions. This exposure to several communities in St. Vincent ignited her passion for community and service to people. This multiple uprooting with changes in both friends and environments also led her to cherish her early relations with friends and teachers. The scientist developed nomadically developed roots, which would have cemented her in any terrain. Dame Susan continued her secondary education at the St. Vincent Girls High School, SVGHS, and then to sixth form at the then St. Vincent Grammar School, and completed her A-level training there. This led to a series of, shall we say, redox reactions that saw her teaching at her alma mater, St. Vincent High, as a non-graduate chemistry teacher. After a few years, she traveled to a much colder terrain to the University of London to complete her Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, Biochemistry, then sometime later a Master of Arts in Education, Curriculum and Evaluation from the University of Southampton, United Kingdom. On completion of her BSc degree, she returned to SVGHS as a graduate teacher and progressed to the head of the science department, deputy headmistress, and then headmistress. She remarks, "I loved the teaching, and I loved molding those young girls because they felt that science was out of reach for them as girls and they had no place in it. Chancellor Dame Susan admits that there might have been some motivation with her homemade delicacies, specifically prepared for the winners of her class prizes. There are some whispers that Ma'am had the smoothest cheesecake, almost done with molecular precision. In 2004, Dame Susan was appointed the Chief Education Officer, a role she held until 2009. As CEO, she implemented the national policy for universal access to secondary education. And under her leadership, significant education sector advancements were also made in the areas of early childhood education, adult and continuing education, and tertiary education. This included amalgamating several tertiary level departments into the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College. Dame Susan remembers her very close relationship with parents, a relationship which she admits is now missing from modern teaching practice. Chancellor, in her role as the first female Governor General of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, she has had the pleasure of attending many graduation ceremonies. Dame Susan especially enjoys the opportunity not only to celebrate the success of students, but also to recognize the hard work of the teaching fraternity in developing young minds, not just into scientists, of course. From her formative years in church and Sunday school, Dame Susan has the Gospels in her blood. Her religious upbringing has been her moral compass. It drove her to infuse this morality into both her teaching and her counseling of young minds. She recalls the open house community spirit in the home and the importance of the extended family in crafting a generation of civic-minded citizens. Dame Susan also contributed to many regional education reform initiatives and served for many years as an examiner for the Caribbean Examinations Council. As Cabinet Secretary to Prime Minister Gonzalez, 2009 to 2013, Dame Susan's contribution included her service as the St. Vincent and the Grenadines focal point for many organizations, including the Organization of American States and the Commonwealth of Learning. She also represented her country in engagements with CARICOM's Council for Human and Social Development, UNESCO, the OECS, and the IDB, among others. Although retiring from public service in 2013, her service to the public continued in her role as Deputy Governor General in 2014 to 2019. After the retirement of the late Frederick Ballantyne, she ascended to the highest national office of her country as the first female Governor General. The role of GG is not only about pomp and ceremony, as Dame Susan is known for her meticulous attention to detail, only giving the final stamp of approval when all the equations are balanced. It was therefore not without expectation that in 2010, Dame Susan received her Order of the British Empire, OBE, from Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. The next year, she was honored during St. Vincent Girls' School's centennial celebrations when her image was depicted on a commemorative stamp. Chancellor, it really should not surprise you that a woman who has carved out a nurturing career in teaching would find a passion in gardening. Would it? Dame Susan compares the joy she sees with the delicate care of her plants as being identical to the biochemical reaction that occurs when she sees young people succeed. You have to have a passion for what you want and try not to go impulsively in what you do. What is important for you? It will not be a walk in the park, and you will have to brace and face the challenges ahead. Are you mature enough to embrace those challenges and not get knocked down. Dame Susan, who is married to Hugh Dugan, with whom she shares a close-knit relationship with their 3 children, reflects on us as a people when she asks, what makes us special as a people? Well, we have beautiful people. We have peace and stability. We have beautiful landscapes and seascapes. We are enriched with a diversity of culture that we got from all over the world. We now need to keep our heads on and make sure that no one takes us for granted. We may be a small fish in a big pond, but we will not be consumed, and we will not be second-class citizens to anyone. And so, Chancellor, for her significant contribution to the crafting of young Caribbean citizens through education, educational leadership, and mentoring, and for her inspiration to a network of talented teaching practitioners, I now present Dame Susan Dugan, and ask that you, by the power vested in you by the Council and Senate of the University, confer on her the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Dame Susan, by the authority vested in me by the Senate and the Council of the University, I now confer unto you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa of this university. Congratulations.
Sir, I now ask the public orator, Dr. Kenneth Connell, to read the citation for Mr. Ralph Taylor, whom the Senate and the Council of the University have been pleased to recommend for the award of the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Chancellor, standing before you is a man who has tailored the tourism sector of Barbados with the skill and craftsmanship and with the threads of innovation, entrepreneurship, and national pride. Mr. Ralph Taylor's legacy is one that did not happen by an accidental stitch, but was woven carefully from his childhood to being one of the leading hoteliers in the region. Ralph W. Taylor was born in Malvern, St. George, in 1953, just above St. Luke's Church in the parish without a coastline. Needless to say, he was not an avid swimmer. His parents were traders from cotton to pigtails, low salt of course, who sold everything in the neighborhood village. The village shop, Chancellor, was the place for both shopping and building a communal spirit. It has been told by one villager whose family still lives there and who whispered openly, "I used to order my salted pig snouts in the early morning from Taylor shop. He used to have them way out and well wrapped for me. And listen, them already knew to have my buljow ready for me when I arrived there." There was a village shop culture, and the entire village sphere being part of a communal ritual as choreographed and reverent as what is occurring at the altar at St. Luke's Church on Sunday mornings. Chancellor, even though Ralph Taylor is one of 6 siblings, his only brother and 1 sister are smiling down on these proceedings. He remains very close with his other 3 sisters. All siblings were involved in the family business. And rumor has it that his sisters were better at folding the 1 pound paper for sugar than their brother Ralph, but we will leave this sibling dispute until after the ceremony. He attended Lynch's secondary school, although his initial love was to join his cousins and attend the University of St. John, the Lodge School, but he quickly adjusted, remaining very close to his friends who were all alums of the Lodge. The close bond allowed him to follow another passion, cricket, lovely cricket. This saw him playing cricket in the Barbados Cricket League at several prime locations on this rock, making 350 runs at the tender age of 16 years. He joined Central Bank team and played against Crumpton Street Institution, Harrison College, and made 116 runs and batted with Cheeseman from St. Peter to make the 164 runs required to win that game. This still resonates in the mind of, shall we say, Chancellor, the cricketing greats. Cricket also kept him firmly cemented in Barbados, as he refused to journey across the pond to the UK to join his sisters, but chose to stay at the wicket at home. He wanted to be an accountant and almost took up an offer to become an apprentice at Price Waterhouse. Eventually, with a stroke of luck, he got a job at the Astor Hotel, Christchurch, working with the late Basil Williams, who became his lifelong friend and who Ralph was to eulogize at St. Matthias Anglican Church many years later. This friendship with the late Basil led him to Pickwick Club, a club predominantly made up of white patrons in a post-colonial Barbados. This was no deterrent to a very disciplined Ralph Taylor. He continued studying while working at the Astor Apartment Hotel. His night auditing accounting job gave him practical experience in a diversity of businesses. He eventually landed a job at the Welcome Inn Hotel, totally reconstructing the accounts at the hotel over 2 years. This allowed him to purchase his first house at the age of 25. He moved on to be chief financial officer at the Rockley Hotel and became more involved in hotel operations. This was to be the taste of a career path crossing over from accounting to hotel administration. In 1998, he finally made the journey across the pond to pursue management training in the UK at Bradford University School of Business. He later furthered his studies, this time in North America, at Cornell University, New York, United States of America, where he earned a diploma in hotel management. Mr. Taylor's other academic qualifications and professional memberships include Certified Hotel Administration at the American Hotel and Motel School, Michigan State University, member of the Hotel Catering Institute Management Association, and graduate of Trust House Fort Management Training Program, London, United Kingdom, and an attachment to the prestigious Imperial Torquay and Hyde Park Hotels, London, United Kingdom. He went on to assume leadership positions in the hotel industry and was on the board of management of the Barbados Shipping and Trading Company Limited. He pioneered the creation of Barbados's first all-inclusive hotel in St. James, the Almond Beach Club and Spa, a novel tourism product for this country. He then rebranded Almond Beach Club and Spa and served as the chairman and managing director of Almond Resorts Incorporated for the next 20 years. In that time, Mr. Taylor spearheaded the successful expansion of Almond Resorts' all-inclusive product from 1 to 5 hotels with 1,549, not 50, rooms in both Barbados and St. Lucia. Chancellor Ralph Taylor is currently the chairman and chief executive officer of Arcadia Hotels and Resorts, a new hotel brand that owns and manages the Soco Hotel in Barbados, a boutique hotel with exquisite dining experience. Mr. Taylor has served on numerous boards across the Caribbean. He's a past president and chairman of the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association and has also served as chairman of the Barbados Tourism Authority and chairman of the Tourism Development Corporation, president of the Barbados Hotel Association, and chairman of the Advisory Council of the Minister of Tourism in Barbados. In 1995, the Caribbean Hotel Association conferred on him the ultimate accolade of Hotelier of the Year. A family man, Ralph Taylor is proud father of Kimberly, Justin, Oliver, and Nicholas. And so, Chancellor, for his powerful innovation and meteoric movement in the hotel and tourist industry, his cricketing precision-style navigation of a very turbulent business landscape, I present Mr. Ralph Taylor and ask that by the power vested in you by the Senate and the Council of the University to confer on Mr. Ralph Taylor the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Mr. Ralph Taylor, by the authority vested in me by the Senate and the Council of this university, I now confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa of the University of the West Indies. Thank you. I'm Susan to address the company.
Chancellor, the Most Honorable Doddridge Miller, members of the Cabinet, Vice Chancellor, Professor Sir Hilary Beckers, fellow honorary graduate, Mr. Ralph Taylor, Chairman of the Campus Council Cave Hill, Dr. Tricia Tanis, Pro Vice Chancellor and Principal Cave Hill, Professor R. Clive Landis, other members of the Platform Party, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the House of Assembly, members of the alumni, graduating class of 2024, specially invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be associated with the University of the West Indies in this prestigious honorary award ceremony and the graduating ceremony. It is with great humility and appreciation that I accept this honorary degree of Doctor of Laws from the University of the West Indies, knowing that I join members of an impressive group who are also recipients of similar honor. I take this opportunity to congratulate Mr. Ralph Taylor and the other honorary graduates who have distinguished themselves in their respective fields of endeavor. You stand out as an illustrious group of role models for the young graduates present today. I just wish to say that on a personal level, my efforts at making a contribution to my country through public service came naturally. From childhood, I witnessed my grandfather and parents perform their roles as teachers. I witnessed how devoted they were at carrying out their tasks and how interested they were at doing all in their power to ensure that the children who came under their tutelage were provided with the necessary skills to go out and make a contribution to their country's development. I grew up instinctively thinking it to be an obligation on my part to consider how others and the country as a whole could benefit from my undertaking of what is necessary. I suppose that the Christian principles by which my grandfather and parents were guided had a lot to do with that philosophical outlook on life. I wish to take this opportunity to relate a personal story which has remained indelibly imprinted on my mind for many years. I particularly wish the young graduates here today to listen to this story, since I think it contains lessons which are fundamental in providing a path to a successful life. While I was in the United Kingdom pursuing my undergraduate studies in chemistry and biochemistry at the University of London, I, like most foreign students, sought summer vacation work to augment my cash on hand. During the summer of my first year, I was very lucky to be offered a job at a law firm in Covent Garden. At the end of 3 months working at the law firm, I was summoned to the boardroom for a meeting with 2 stern elderly partners. I approached the boardroom with trepidation, fearing the worst, since it was common knowledge by the regular workers in the firm that these 2 partners could be almost brutal in their criticism of workers who did not produce what, in their opinion, was satisfactory work. My understanding of the culture of the firm was that a call to the boardroom could be nothing less than a firm rebuke for shoddy work. You see, the partners had given me an assignment which involved a lot of research relative to a very sensitive, high-profile case. I always loved reading, and I read every document I could lay my hands on that had anything to do with the case. So while I thought to myself that I had done a good job researching the case, the mere fact that I was called for an audience with these 2 stern-looking partners was enough to scare the daylights out of me. To cut a long story short, on entering the boardroom, the partners welcomed me with broad smiles on their faces, and instead of berating me for shoddy work, they were filled with praise for what they considered to be good quality work. In fact, they inquired if I had any interest in the legal profession. When I told them I was pursuing studies in the sciences, the older of the 2 partners made a profound statement that still resonates with me. After reassuring me that I had a job with them if I wished to return during the summer breaks, he expressed the view that whatever career I chose, I would excel at it because I had eminently transferable skills. I'm still trying to figure that out. And that I would make not only a great lawyer, but also a wonderful teacher. The essence of the foregoing story is that you young graduates here today, whatever the task you're assigned or whatever you choose to take up, do it diligently and wholeheartedly. You never know who is taking note of what you're doing and who will one day recognize and reward you for the small task you performed so diligently and with such passion. After my studies, I returned to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and during my tenure as a teacher-educator, I have never regretted that career choice. I taught thousands of students. Many of them attended the University of the West Indies. Through it all, I always encourage students to aim for excellence, value the constructive opinions of others, and always be humble, honest, and dignified when interfacing with others. I look back on my life in the public service with great satisfaction and with gratitude that I had access to education and the opportunity to succeed. The University of the West Indies has provided opportunities for over 250,000 students to realize their true potential and to excel. In 2023, the university celebrated 75 years of existence, and it is with pride that I recognize this internationally respected institution with its proud history of academic excellence. Starting as a small university college, today the institution boasts of 5 campuses with open campus physical sites in most Caribbean territories. Ladies and gentlemen, the University of the West Indies is built on a strong foundation laid by past outstanding stalwarts who have invested ideas, time, money, and other resources. Today, the university continues on a progressive path set by past policymakers by having excellent luminaries providing world-class leadership, cutting-edge research opportunities, and human resource development. I think by now every Caribbean citizen is aware of the tremendous contribution the university has made to the development of the Caribbean region. The large number of brilliant scholars whose works have a tremendous impact on international academia and have added to the global reservoir of knowledge is testimony to the university's impact on the global stage. Today is a special day because we are pleased to celebrate with the graduating class of 2024. The university, through its alumni, has helped overcome many challenges, including that of the Caribbean's ethnic and cultural diversity. It is on the campus grounds of the university that this diversity melds, takes shape, and becomes the nurturing ground for what we know now as our Caribbean civilization. It is on these campus grounds that much of the Caribbean's talents and strengths emerge, and which provide a transformative force to drive a sense of community, stir up motivation, engender an unwavering effort to surpass society's expectations and ensure that we be exceptional in our accomplishments. Anyone who has attended university knows of the urgency which overtakes a student to be a shining light for his or her community. Every person in this room today, and indeed throughout the Caribbean, knows a graduate from the University of the West Indies who has made a tremendous contribution to the community in which he or she lives. The University of the West Indies is therefore a beacon of the Caribbean's aspirations. It is an institution of which we all should be proud, but it is not without its challenges. Maintaining an institution of this caliber is not cheap. Funds have to be raised. Let us all do what we can within our power to ensure that this vital and most important institution stays strong. There is still a lot of work to be done in building our Caribbean civilization, and the University of the West Indies has a significant role to play in this endeavor. As the saying goes, Only two things really bind the English-speaking Caribbean countries together: the West Indies cricket team and the University of the West Indies. Today, we celebrate another milestone in the university's record of excellent achievement as we celebrate the success of the graduating class of 2024. Your discipline, determination, and the commitment to your academic pursuits have borne sweet fruits. In the words of the great philosopher Aristotle, the roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. We know that there must be sacrifices made to obtain a good education, but just think of the innumerable benefits to be accrued by achieving success in your field of endeavor in this globalized, competitive environment. I pause to congratulate you. On your tremendous achievement, and I congratulate the faculty, your parents, and sponsors for the magnificent support. Use this education to advance your own ambition, to advance your country, and to advance the world. Remember this: never stop learning. As you leave the portals of this institution, use your exceptional knowledge and skills to reposition education to address some of the challenges in this global, interconnected society. Whether you are in academia, industry, or public service, use your good works to illuminate your path and be an inspiration to others. Make a difference in the lives of others. Use your education to navigate through the intricate global landscape of artificial intelligence, biomedical and genome revolution, climate change challenges, cybersecurity, and economic development. Find your niche in life. In closing, I urge you to recognize the good within yourselves. Stand up for your right. Notice I didn't say to fight for your rights. It's easier to have things done when you have peaceful negotiation. Persevere, be the best you can be, and never settle for second best. Value your faith in God, family, friendship, and service to others. Change the world. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate my fellow honorary graduates and commend the university's administration for the hard work to put this entire package together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dame Susan. We will now have a musical presentation by the Kivite Chorale.
Graduation Day holds deep significance as it marks the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and personal growth. A symbolic milestone in the personal and professional lives of those who sit here today. It is also a time of reflection on the good, the bad, and those things we actually hope to forget. Allow the Cavite Chorale to lead you in that reflection.
Graduation. Now you can party till tomorrow. All the lectures and assignments had you fretting, causing you so much sorrow. It's your graduation. Now you can party till tomorrow. And all your friends and family, cause you work hard for that degree. Had you fretting, but look now we celebrating. Ooh.
With all your friends, we'll start with you until the very end. But we want you to know it, brother. We shall be here for you as we celebrate your graduation day. We cannot wait to take pictures with all your friends. We'll start with you until the very end. But we want you to know it, brother. We shall be here for you as we celebrate.
If we had one wish, we would wish that we could bring back all the people you miss. Take a pic to cherish a big moment like this, cause tomorrow's not promised. So when you walk across the stage, make sure you smile and take away
memories of tomorrow. Of tomorrow.
Memories bring back you.
Memories of tomorrow. Of tomorrow.
Memories bring back
Chancellor, the persons whose names will be called studied in the University of the West Indies. And having fulfilled the requirements of the University of the West Indies, beg leave to be presented to you and to the Senate of the University by the representative of the Faculty of Social Sciences as Bachelors of Science or as holders of certificates or diplomas of the University of the West Indies. Sir, the Dean, Faculty of Social Sciences, Professor Troy Lord.
Sir, I ask you to receive these persons present who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science or have been awarded certificates or diplomas of this university.
By the authority vested in me, I receive these persons whose names are about to be called as graduate members of our society and confer certificates and diplomas of this university.
For the Bachelor of Science, Andrew Absalom. Joshua Albert. With first-class honors, Delana Alexander. Kiana Allen. Faith Aline. Asabi Aline. Danielle Alsop. Melissa Archibald. Sachelle Arthur. Nisha Arthur. Malika Ashby. Aaliyah Ashton. With first-class honors, winner of the Neville Duncan Award, Kristen Atkins. Silva Augustine. Leandra Aurelian. Nicholas Austin. Kiara Archer. Aaron Awai. With first-class honors, Liana Bab. Leah Baggett. Tristan Banfield. Zanelle Batiste. Cassandra Bedford. Aaliyah Belgrave. Akeem Belgrave. Shanice Bellamy. Sharmani Best. Yolan Best. Sharice Best. Kelia Best. Aaliyah Best. Daniel Best Lashley. Shania Bishop. Jade Blenman. Terrell Blenman. Zeet Bodley. Renice Bonnet. Shantae Bovell Lewis. Shaniqua Bowen. Fernando Boyce. With first class honors, Jamal Brunch. Tarika Branch. Sharita Brathwaite. Lanisha Brathwaite. Aaron Brathwaite. Brandon Brathwaite. Darius Brathwaite. Deandra Bryce. Odine Briscoe. Winner of the George Bell Award, Ariel Broom. Renata Brooms. Rondell Brooms. Sade Brown. Rashana Brown. Kevin May Brown Boyce. Melissa Bryan. Camwell Burke. With first-class honors, Yvette Burnett. With first-class honors, Kiana Butcher. With first-class honors, Shanice Butcher. With first-class honors, Kamisha Antoine. Onisha Cattle. Seanlyn Calendar. With first-class honors, Naomi Cambridge. Zia Cambridge. Danica Campbell. Melissa Carrington. Sherianne Catlin. Jayan Cato. Kristen Challoner. Kim Clark. Taryn Clark. Joshua Clark. Maya Clark. Faith Collamore. Keisha Corbin. Sanchia Cottle-Watts. Kevin Cox. Datricia Cox. Amunet Cumberbatch. Shaden Cumberbatch. Tyrone Ford. Kadisha Cummins. Taisha Cummins. Donnell Daniel. Stacy Daniel. With first class honors, Alicia Daniel. With first class honors, Devandra Daniel. Brittany Davis. Wanisha Denny. Kamal DePisa. Josique Dirtwell. Ajani Dorridge. Shanna Earl. With first class honors, Kardisha Edward. Vibert Elliott. Derisha Farrell. Shem Ford. Chelsea Ford. Shamona Forrester. Shanae Francis. Taisha Franklin. Aviel Gaskin. Callista Giblin. Laniqua Gibson. Nancy Gibson. With first class honors, Jamila Gibson. Nicole Gill. Janelle Gittins. Keisha Glasgow. Destiny Glasgow. Ephraim Goodin. Tanisha Goodin. William Gordon. Rivaldo Graham. Nathan Graham. Jade Grant. Raina Grant. With first class honors, Anya Graves. Erica Graves. Ariana Graves. Tricia Greenwich. Brianna Greenwich. Asha Griffith. Shaquan Griffith. Crystal Griffith. Sarah Griffith. Janice Griffith. Wayne Griffith. Shafari Hackett. With first class honors, Alyssa Hall. With first class honors, Karen Hall. Pierre Hardin. Francina Harewood. Suzette Harewood. Candice Harold. Rihanna Harper. With first class honors, winner of the John Mears plaque, Vondine Harper. Asha Harris. Atia Harris. Brandon Harrison. Antoinette Harry. Kyra Hart. Kairos Haynes. Janice Haynes. Daniel Hines. Tiffany Hines. With first class honors, Michaela Hines. Brittany Hines. With first class honors, Ronica Hines. Jamie Hinkson. With first class honors, winner of the Robertine Chatterton plaque, Karen Ann Carter. Rihanna Hinkson. Shaquem Howard. Kim Howard. Hanifia Hubbard. Sharon Eiffel. Daniel Jackson Archer. Jamelia James. Subira Jelani. With first class honors, Chantel Jemmett. Zaid Jemmett. Ashley Johnson. Hasina Jones. Lennox Ince. Iyanla Jordan. Andrea Jordan. Tamiel Jordan. John Lee Jordan. Sandy Burnett. Angelique Joseph. Bernell Joseph. Jonette Joseph. Asama Joseph. With first class honors, winner of the Ellsworth Young Award, Godfrey July. Indica Kelman Wall. Lasonta King. Tanika King. Catherine King. Samantha King Green. Maya Curtin. Destiny Knight. With first class honors, winner of the Elsa Leoraini Award, Ferosa Koth-Dawala. Neville Lashley. Renee Lane. Michaela Leacock. Zariane Leacock. Regina Lewis. Octavia Lewis. Jefton Lewis. Corrine Lewis Griffith. Diamond Linton. Nicholas Lloyd. Alicia Lowe. Jade Lowe. Aria Leiter Batiste. Asmara Lynch. Zoe Lithcott. Nunika Marshall. Rashawn Marshall. Rajani Marshall. Ramech Matthias. With first class honors, winner of the Maxine McLean plaque, Donicia Mayers. Kayan Maynard. Gail Maynard. Deshaun Maynard. With first class honors, Alejandro Mayoga Tesorero. That's right. Kiara McLean. Julessa McConney. Whitney Melanard. With first class honors, Markiba Melius. With first class honors, Kimberly Moe. Onika Moe. Sasha Mondesir. Shamaya Moore. Christina Morris. Janae Mosley. Tanisha Mounter. Cassandra Murray. Nyasha Newton. Khalida Nexar. With first class honors, Edana Nichols. Alicia Niles. Danielle Niles. Ria Noel. With first class honors, winner of the Lawrence Nurse Plaque, Chestan Octave. Kaisha O'Neill. Carlos Osborne. Janelle Osborne. Akira Paris. Shanice Paris. Carrie Patrick. Samsha Payne. Nicole Payne Marshall. With first class honors, winner of the Funmaleo Jones Award, Karen Perch. Brian Perdereau. Vashdeo Prasad. Justin Phillips. Cheryl Phillips Brooms. Seth Pierce. Tiffany Pierre. Kyle Pilgrim. Rihanna Pollard. Danielle Prescott. Aria Prescott. Nikayla Quinton. With first class honors, Sebastian Ramphal. Cody Ramsey Rollins. Cherish Ramsey. Ronisha Reese. Sarah Remy. Delise Richards. Giselle Richards. Gerard Richards. Carl Richardson. Shania Roberts. Clea Rochester. Michaela Samuel. Chazelle Samuel. Adonis Scantlebury. Kian Seal. Tayon Seeley. Dion Seeley. Jakeem Seeley. Nikeba Smith. Joshua Smith. Talitha Smith Gardier. Crystal Smith Peter. Christian Sobers. Shakira Sobers Phillips. Nesia Speedwell. Winner of the Sonia Mahan Award, Keisha Springer. Christian Springer. Elivia Springer. Jada St. Hill. Nikolai Standard. With first class honors, Kezia Stefan. Mikhail Stricker. Sheridan Strawn. McKenna Sue. Tahira Tatum. Shondell Taylor. Rihanna Thomas. Chelsea Thomas. Tyreek Thomas. Melissa Thompson. Maya Thompson. Kanaya Thompson. With first class honors, Adrienne Thorpe. Janelle Trotman. Rico Tudor. Carrie-Anne Waith. Kathy-Ann Waldron. Jaden Walker. Von Rad Walters. Michael Walters Frederick. With first class honors, Nyla Walton Taylor. Roxana Warner. Kenisha Watson. Tashana Weeks. Andrea Wiesbrook. Kiana White. Tremal Whitehall. With first class honors, Dwalani Wickham. With first class honors, Nikita Wiggins. With first class honors, winner of the Sir Arthur Lewis Memorial Prize and the Charles M. Kennedy Prize KPhil nominee, Liana Williams. Nikita Williams. Shamira Willoughby. Kaylee Whitty. Zara Yacob. Brandon Yard. Shanice Yard. Skylar Yard. Aaron Yearwood. Sawunmi Yearwood. Akita York. Nikifa Aline. Winner of the Christine Barrow Award, Sarah Batson. Javier Brathwaite. Gabrielle Bovell. Mandy Brown Carter. Delcia Burke. Ishonia Ellis. Shanice Evelyn. Valeria Gaskin. Amanda Gittins. Christina Grogan. Ryan Herbert. Donisha Hinkson. Keisha Innes. Atina Jean-Pierre. Jamar Jordan. Zoe Millington. Melissa Monsac. Samantha Morris. Latoya Otley. Tia Sargent. Sonia Small Als. Anisha Sobers. Zayanka Springer. Lakita Stanford. Adeja Stapleton. Juanita Ward. Shanika Waterman. Nikayla Wilson. Maisha Worrell. Sharon Carter. Victoria Gill Bullen. Zaria Thompson. With first class honors, John Francis. Zachary Vieira. Joshua Griffin. Rachel Davey. Rondell Springer. Nazir Webster. Shakira Christie. Nikayla Johnson. Ria Paris. Jakara Knight. Kyrie McCarthy. With first-class honors, Aisha Richardson. For the Executive Diploma in Management, Shakeem Atherley. Winner of the Ann Wallace Prize, Michelle Brathwaite. Rawdon Jessamy. Winner of the Charmaine Gardner Prize, Tomika Jones. For the Executive Diploma in Taxation and Management, Ishmael Bamji. Lisa Marie Roach. Yasmin Padmore.
Thank you. I now call on the class valedictorian, Ms. Naomi Cambridge, Bachelor of Science, International Relations, First Class Honors, Faculty of Social Sciences, to deliver the valedictory address.
Thank you. Chancellor, the Most Honorable Doddridge Miller, Their Excellencies Dame Susan Billies Dugan, Governor General of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Mr. Hugh Dugan, members of Cabinet, Vice Chancellor Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, Honorary Graduate Mr. Ralph Taylor, Chairman of the Cave Hill Campus Council Dr. Tricia Tanis, Pro Vice Chancellor and Principal of Cave Hill Professor Clive Landis, other members of the Platform Party, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the House of Assembly, members of the alumni, graduating class of 2024. Specially invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Graduates, thank you for selecting me as your valedictorian. It's an honor to stand before you today in this role. Now, you may be expecting me to share inspirations, recollections, and rallying words about seizing the day and taking control of your future, as we hear in all valedictorian speeches, which, if we're being honest, is mostly endured rather than enjoyed. But I actually want to say to you today, congratulations. Congratulations to you for completing this massive achievement. Congratulations to us for doing so together. And congratulations to our lecturers who don't have to put up with us anymore. No more extension requests, no more I didn't get the email, no more wars between ChatGPT, Wikipedia, and Turnitin. Well, at least from the class of 2024. But as we put those days behind us, I wish for us to reflect on something. Oriens ex Occidente lux. A light rising from the west. This is our motto. Oriens ex Occidente lux. But what does this mean, really? Most of us have not stopped to think about this. Most of us have not cared. We've more been focused on meeting that deadly 11:59 deadline, remembering whether our class is in LR 1 or 4, or getting our UEVAL or WetFet tickets on time. But still, the motto looms silently above us: Oriens ex Occidente lux. Now, when this motto was first proposed for our university, it was never meant to be just an empty, poetic expression. It's a call to action, a written symbol of resilience, strength, and empowerment. 190 years ago, when our enslaved ancestors worked on the very land that we are gathered on at this moment, they would have never have dreamt that we would be sitting here, a collection of educated, intellectual Caribbean people ready and fully equipped to reshape the future. You are what a light rising from the West embodies. Now, many of us have been increasingly haunted by questions of, great, what now? What are you going to do next? What is your 5-year plan? And in racking our brains for a moderately impressive answer, we often turn to the past that we've already seen, the traditional routes that society has laid out for us. But to be honest, the world we're heading into today is different. In fact, it's fraught with dark challenges: social unrest, climate change, economic uncertainty, and the questions of whether AI will even leave a space for us to be employed. This darkness can cause one to wonder, how are we going to make it up against such odds? In the midst of darkness, light persists. Mahatma Gandhi once said that, and you, UWI graduates, are lights that have risen from the West. But what does this mean? Our light is the knowledge, skills, and perspectives that we've gained during our time here. It's the embodiment of our collective potential to challenge the traditional expectations, take risks, and create a brighter future, not just for ourselves, but for our community, the Caribbean, and the world. And yes, it is uncertain. Some of you may have already curated your 5-year or even your 10-year plans, while others, including myself, are figuring it out as we go and can't concretely answer that what now question. But as we celebrate and step out into this uncertain landscape, we must remember that our education has equipped us with more than just facts and figures, more than just knowledge of the difference between APA and MLA citations, which admittedly some of us are yet to fully grasp. We have been instilled with the critical thinking, enhanced communication, and meaningful connections that will now be coupled with our inherent creativity and determination. Even if it's not clear to you, we have now been armed with tools that will be used to innovate and turn obstacles into opportunities. As UWI graduates, yes, we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, those who fought for the right to education, the right to be heard, and the right to dream. We see this in the faces of our teachers, the wider faculty, and our parents who have done so much for us. Our ancestors imagined a future where Caribbean voices would echo across the globe. And today, we are those voices. Today, we have a chance to lead the conversation, whether it be in politics, business, economic psychology, or development. And as rising lights, we illuminate the path of those to come after us. So graduates, as we stand on the precipice of possibility, I urge you, be bold. Embrace the uncertainty. Don't shy away from discomfort or fear. Instead, let it fuel your determination. Step out of your comfort zone and pursue whatever interests lie within you. You know, when I started UWI, I thought I had to follow a traditional path. Graduate, get a job, particularly in the field I studied. You know, check off all the boxes. But as I went through my degree, I started to realize something. I actually have other passions. And I struggled with the fear of being off course. But then I began to understand something crucial. There is no such thing as being off course. You're just on your own course. And as cliche as it sounds, graduates, this is your time to move forward boldly, with degree in hand, to redefine what success means to you. Whether your interests take you into uncharted territory or challenge existing norms, pursue them relentlessly. And when it comes to failure, fail big and grow bigger. Embrace your failure, because as I'm sure that you've learned over the years, failure is one of the many steps to growth. It is those who are unafraid to fail that end up shining the brightest. And as we step into the darkness of the unknown, remember your light. Remember the University of the West Indies, and remember Lux ab Occidente namquam obscura bitur. Now, I practice that pronunciation quite a lot, but it essentially means the light from the West will never be dimmed. Your light isn't just a privilege, it's a responsibility. It's up to you to harness what you've learned here at the University of the West Indies and become the innovators, change makers, and voices that defy convention. You are the generation that will face challenges like never before. And I encourage you, don't wait for permission or perfect circumstances to act. Act now. Be bold, forge connections, and uplift others as you rise. Be the leaders our ancestors envisioned and the trailblazers for those to follow. So graduating class of 2024, step forward knowing that the world needs your ideas, your passion, and your boldness. Use what you've gained here to shape a future that is brighter and fairer for all. Go forward knowing that the light that you carry, the light that has risen from the West, is enough to guide you and those who will follow. Graduates, your journey has only just begun. Thank you.
Sir, I now call on Dr. Sherma Roberts, Director of Graduate Studies and Research, to present to you members of our society for the award of master's degrees and postgraduate diplomas.
Sir, I present to you these members of our society who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to master's degrees or awarded postgraduate diplomas, and beg that you recognize their advancement in our society.
By the authority vested in me, I confer on these persons whose names are about to be called master's degrees and postgraduate diplomas of this university and recognize their advancements in our society.
For the Master of Science, Gender and Development Studies, Destiny Eastman. Renata Langlis. Shamel Rice. For the Executive MBA, Healthcare Management, Catherine Hackett. Marsha King. Olivia Matthews. Trisha Ward. For the International Master of Business Administration, Daisha Bailey. Myrna Lewis Isaacs. For the Master in Business Administration, Ronaldo Arthur. Joel Barrow. Ruel Bourne. Lois Fletchman. Sabia Gajadar. Gianni Harrison. Lisa Jamat. Kendi King. Amanda Mayers. Yolanda Oliver. Marla Thomas. Denise White. For the Master of Science, Accounting and Finance, Toria Sherlin Brooms. For the Master of Science, Applied Psychology, Shanielle Blackman. Mandisa Griffin. For the Master of Science, Business Analytics, Janelle Archer. Chantel Barker. Darian Burkett. Valerie Black. Anna Edgehill. Shane Eswick. Makiba Evelyn. Nakada Griffith. Charlene Vaughan. Stefan Watson. For the Master of Science, Counseling Psychology, Zoe Alice. Shanice Blenman. Michelle Brathwaite. With distinction, Amanda Dixon. With distinction, Bianca Green. With distinction, Rashana Horton. With distinction, Stephanie Sam. With distinction, Regina Selman Moore. Olivia Tate. Tamisha Weeks. With Master of Science Development Studies, Justin Brown. For the Master of Science, E-Governance for Developing States, Jermaine Atwell. Sean Farrell. Latoya Holder. Tevin Maynard. Finidi Williams. For the Master of Science, Finance, with distinction, Jamie Duncan. With distinction, Marissa Earle. Rashida Moore. With distinction, Fitzmore Peters. For the Master of Science, Finance and Investment, Rosebell Muti. For the Master of Science, Financial and Business Economics, Tricia Archer. Keisha Blades. Nikita Holder. Nicholas Simpson. Toria Small. For the Master of Science, Financial Management, Kenijia Arthur. Tanya Blackman. Nadi Farmer. Shariana Hudson. Tamara Sullivan. For the Master of Science, Human Resource Management, Cheryl Brathwaite. Nicole Pinder. Sherma Sandiford. Heather Williams. For the Master of Science, Instructional Design and Technology, Melissa Bovell. For the Master of Science, International Business, with distinction, Janice Joseph Dalsu. Aaliyah Weeks. For the Master of Science, International Trade Policy, Lynn Marie Bailey Lynch. Aaliyah Bradshaw. Theodore Fraser. Rihanna Green. Brian Curtin. Carida Rock. Clintrus Scanterbury. For the Master of Science, Labor and Employment Relations, Josanne Clark. With distinction, Kathy Ann Cromati Johnson. With distinction, Darlene Modest. Elaine Taylor. For the Master of Science, Management, Carl Nemhard. For the Master of Science, Management and Educational Leadership, Winston Walford. For the Master of Science, Management Information Systems, Siobhan Campbell. Anthony Carter. Judy Cox. Ian Francis. Kenneth Turton. Danielle Williams. For the Master of Science, Management Studies, Brian Benjamin. With distinction, Andre Waterman. For the Master of Science, Marketing, Renico Allen. Clara Bellamy. Jasmine Jackman. Kimberly Nurse. For the Master of Science, Tourism Marketing, Nicole Whiteman. For the Master of Science, Tourism and Sport Management, Ayana Holder. For the Master of Philosophy, Economics, Nikwana Nichols.
Pro Vice Chancellor, Graduate Studies and Research, to present to you members of our society for the award of Doctor of Business Administration or Doctor of Philosophy.
Sir, I present to you these members of our society who, having fulfilled the requirements of this university, have been admitted to the degree of Doctor of Business Administration or Doctor of Philosophy, and beg that you recognize their advancement in our society.
For the order vested in me, I confer on these persons whose names are about to be called the degree of Doctor of Business Administration or Doctor of Philosophy of this university and recognize their advancements in our society.
Doctor of Business Administration, Reynold Jarvis.
Our society. Thank you.
Doctor of Philosophy, Economic Development Policy, with high commendation, Crystal Drakes.
I recognize your advancement in our society. Congratulations.
Doctor of Philosophy, Management Studies, Diana Weeks Marshall.
I recognize your advancements in our society. Congratulations.
Doctor of Philosophy, Sociology, Angela Dixon.
I recognize your advancement in our society. Congratulations. I now call on the representative of the UWI Association Barbados Chapter to lead the graduates in reciting the Alumni Pledge.
I ask the graduates to rise. As a graduate of the University of the West Indies, I commit myself to uphold the ideals and goals of my alma mater. My conduct and voice shall reflect the commitment to excellence of a light rising from the west. As I fulfill my social and professional responsibilities and serve my community and region, I will strive to ensure the UWI's place as a Caribbean icon. The catalyst for Caribbean development and leadership. It is a legacy that I will proudly help build for future generations. The UWI, first in our hearts and first in our region.
I now invite the company to stand for the singing of the university song, which can be found on page 61 of the graduation program. This brings to a close the public ceremony by which the University of the West Indies has signaled the award of degrees, certificates, and diplomas to its graduates. The company will now disperse.